listen to Power on my headphones and go see Ye. How's that for a memorial for Charlie Kirk? That feels like the right thing.
Be quiet.
George Farmer, please come get your wife. Your wife is out in the streets going crazy. Where are you? Please come grab her and take her inside. This is not normal. This is unbecoming. Welcome back, guys, and welcome to all my new members of the channel. Please, I am so excited to have you all. Please tell me what you would like us to do. What do you want us to do first? Should we do a Zoom calling? I would like to know what you guys would like us to do. I am so excited. And please, if you've not joined the members and you would like to be part of our membership, the Cuckoo Bunnies, I am excited to welcome you anytime you feel like coming. Our dear good sister is still out here making a fool of herself. I am so sad that we had to come to a day like this, a day when we view a woman who claims to be a woman of God go down history as a mental case of not only moral decadence, but just moral deplorable characteristics. I used to be one of those Candace Advent fans. Believe me, I watched all of her videos, but it has come to a head. It's so difficult to look at her again the same.
Just make the last step, okay? You are, I said specifically, you're too smart to be a Protestant.
This lady who calls herself a Christian spoke to a pastor in such a deplorable way, insulted a pastor. That's exactly what she did. But then, why wouldn't she think she has the moral compass to do so? She thinks that if you're not a priest, you're not Catholic, you're not a Christian in her eyes, because she had the effrontery to tell her best friend, alleged best friend, because the jury is still out on that. People who are part of Turning Point USA, who are not Candace Owens, have not been able to confirm that friendship. And she was not following her so-called friend or his wife until just after the thing happened. Candace said she will not be attending her friend's memorial because she wants to stay home and listen to Kanye West. And also because while she's investigating the feds, she doesn't think it's going to be a good idea to be out there. The same points of view, mind you, the same points of view that Candace holds when it comes to the investigation of Charlie Kirk, a couple of other people hold, including Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson. And they were at the funeral, at the memorial. They were all there, okay? Tucker Carlson was even on stage, which tells me everything I need to know. Candace did not go because she's scared the feds will hurt her or something like that. No. She did not go maybe because if she had to put herself aside for one day, to put Charlie first, to be at a ceremony, a memorial where everybody will be talking about Charlie, it will be too much for her to handle. She needs something that has to do with me. That is why when she went and she was insisting for someone to release more footage of her dear friend being like that, she said, people trust me. Yeah, she couldn't wait to throw that out there. People trust me. And I asked Candace, those of you who are following her up like crazy and you have the effrontery to come and insult us. Oh, those of us who can see with our two eyes, who can think. Who goes for more footage, to see more footage of their friend being I'm just asking. It doesn't matter if the footage is gory, because after watching, she said the footage was not gory. And she's still working to persuade the guy to release the footage. So she wants to re-traumatize the public with the image. Because for her, she said it, she watched it over and over and over again. Yeah, she had the mind to watch it over and over and over again. Trained FBI agents cannot watch those footages over and over and over again. But our dear friend Candace, who is so heartbroken by the death of her friend, had no problem watching it over and over and over again. So it was not gory enough to watch your friend like that, over and over and over again. It doesn't matter whether there was blood or not, Candace. It was not a problem for you to watch him like that. That tells me a lot about your Christian faith. Woman of God indeed. Where was the mercy? Where was the humility? Where was the Christian woman in you when you were addressing a man of God who spoke to you with nothing but kind words, who was nothing but respectful to you? Where was that woman of God in you? Where was she? I was looking for her everywhere. Candace, the Catholic baptized woman of God who was soaked in the Catholicism and theology of her husband, was nowhere to be found. George Farmer, come get your wife. Come get your wife. Where the hell are you? Why she is unleashing this hell on earth? Where are you? Come get your wife. This is the moment when you get your wife, keep her indoors for a while. Let her settle into herself. And you know the funny thing? I told myself maybe when she will see the funeral of yesterday, she will be able to come back and, she will be like, wow, I should have given it time. No. She came back yesterday harder and stronger on her investigation that is going nowhere, apparently, because every day she has a new rabbit hole she's digging. Yesterday, it was that another thing, something was sealed off in the side where he was. She has a new theory every day. She doesn't investigate the first one she leashed out. No, she just jumps from one thing to the other. Candace, why you were absent from your friend's memorial? Because you claim that you are investigating the feds, so they will be planning to hurt you. Honey, nobody was asking you to hurt you. It is your mind. It is the narcissist in you thinking that everything is about you. At the funeral, everybody was talking about Charlie, and I'm sure she could not handle being there when people will not be talking about her. Candace, from everything I have seen, the information you have is just as much as the information all of us out here in the streets have. Because you had no idea how the planning of the funeral was going. You had no idea what was ongoing there. And do you want to know who was on stage talking at the memorial of your friend? Pastor Rob McCoy, the one you had so much vitriol for, the one you spoke to with so much disrespect. It doesn't matter the religion. It doesn't matter. I'm not Muslim, but there's not a day I would disrespect a Muslim's religion. I am not a certain religion. I will never disrespect it. If I enter any religious house, any religious institution, I know to respect it because I know that it is something secret. But no, leave it to the moral compass of religious studies, of religious impetus, of religious standards. Candace Owens. Leave it to the moral compass of all religion, Candace Owens. She will tell you,
Be quiet.
Out.
Lastly, I want to say to this new flex operation mocking pastor, regarding which, by the way, the first time they went after Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, a source told me, and I would love to get this confirmed, I'm going to find this out, that $150 million was spent on that, and it came from Bibi Netanyahu. I would like to figure out if that's true.
If that's true.
let the pastor shut his mouth. Let him be quiet. Yes. But while she was at home listening to Kenya West, like she said she'll be doing, Candace, our Christian woman, told us that she would be home. And it's not like she was going to be home to be with her husband and her kids, to look into how short life is, to pay attention to the way life was taken away from her best friend. No. She's staying home. And maybe she will not be staying home. She's going to go and see Kenya West. Listen to Power. If you listen to the lyrics of Power, you will know why she's wanted to listen to Power. No. The Christian woman The Catholic Christian woman who was dipped in the blood and the baptism of her husband's theology will not listen to a Christian song while she is mourning her friend. She will not play a Christian song that praises the Lord or that reminds us of how small we are in this world while she is praying or remembering her friend. No, she plays Kanye West's Power. Please go listen to the lyrics of that song. Then you can understand who she is. It will tell you a lot about who she is. The only reason Donald Trump, I think the reason Donald Trump spoke at that memorial is because of how much reverence they paid to him and to him being president. Because he is another person who could not keep the message on Charlie for that day. No. Listening to his speech, it was like every 2 to 3 seconds, when he said something, he remembers it's about him. You know when you have that friend that every time you come to them, I have a headache, they say, oh, me too. Then tomorrow you come, oh my God, I have cramps. That friend is a man, but he says, me too. And then you say, oh my God, you know I lost my friend. You know in 1972, I lost my grandmother. So there is no way you ever come to that friend and have a word of sympathy from them because they only think about themselves. That is who Trump was. Trump was at the funeral talking about autism, talking about the things he's planning on. Trump had time to diss Jimmy Kimmel, who he pushed to be fired by ABC and Disney, whatever they're doing there. And hooray, look at Trump now. Where is he? I can imagine where his head is. He must be flipping out. The White House must be in shambles today. I can imagine what the staff is going through today at the White House because of Trump, flipping out because Jimmy Kimmel has been reinstated. His show is no longer suspended. Yes, he is back. Free speech at last won. And you know why it won? It's not because ABC got a conscience. No, it won because the people started pulling their subscriptions from there. They started refusing to stay there and said, no, you will not do this to us. At certain point, enough is enough. Ça va. Ça ce n'est pas normal. And that is why I encourage Candace fans. At some point, after they have insulted you, after they have played you for fools, after they have made fun of you, at a certain point, what you need to do is unsubscribe to that nonsense so that you can have mental clarity. And that is why I'm begging Candace's husband, please take your wife inside. Please take your wife inside. She needs rest. She needs mental clarity. We need to see that woman of God in her, but we find it nowhere. The only thing we see is anger, vengefulness, ego, temper. That is all we see. Rage, extreme rage. I don't know what she's going through that will make her sound the way she does. And everything she's saying is in the air because nothing she says has been proven true. She said, this one did that. Bill Ackman did this. Bill Ackman sent out text messages. He came and said they were not enough. They don't prove anything. Oh, now you, Candace, who said what he's doing is this. Can you prove it? No, you can't. The next minute you call the pastor Mockingbird, this. Oh, Charlie is too smart to be Protestant. Oh, this. You came insulted your fans, of course, because if you said he's too smart to be Protestant, it means that those of your fans who are following you, worshiping you, insulting me on my comment section, who are Protestant, I hope you do know that you are all dumb according to Candace's Catholic standards. According to her religious standards, you're all dumb because you're Protestants. I hope you know that. Or whichever word is the opposite of smart, because at the end of the day, you're not smart. I hope that the wool that is covering everyone's eyes will be unraveled in no time so people can see the truth of who Candace has become and who she's becoming day in, day out. She gets worse by the day. You know, every time, I told you in my last videos, every time you give her a mile, she takes 2 miles. She takes another mile. She keeps digging it. And very soon you see how far she goes. She's like Trump. You remember when Trump started his administration? He said, I think we will no longer call this Gulf of Mexico. You guys said, yeah, that's true, sir. He moved on to the next thing. You said, that's true, sir. Oh, I will deploy the military guard to every state. That's true, sir. Now it is, you have to say nice things about me or else I will threaten you. I will use the FCC to threaten your companies and all of that. And then people will be pulled off the air. He did it with the first comedian. Nobody said shit. Now he went to the second one. And then when people started reacting, that is when ABC got their pants together and they are now acting like they are advocates of free speech. Liars. Liar, 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 pants on fire. The only reason you're switching up is because you have realized that people are pulling away. Your stocks are falling like hot potato on a cold day that nobody wants it. I hope this woman is okay. All her fans, rather than insulting people from one place to the other, I pray you pray for her. I hope you pray for her because there is something going with her. There is something ongoing with her that she needs to address. And if she doesn't, it will consume her. It will consume her to a point of no return. She's still on a place where she can still come back and say, I'm sorry, I insulted a man of God. I apologize. I called my followers who are not Catholics not smart. I apologize that I lied about this, that, and that because she has so many lies and she will never address them. But she calls herself a truth teller. Candace Owens, you say sunlight is the best disinfectant. When will you confess to your followers that you have filed for a dismissal, which you swore up and down you will not do? When will you ever come out and say Kenya West is a bad person with all the bad things he's doing? I'm not saying him as a human being. No, I say he has bad characteristics. He's perpetuating bad acts. He was dragging his wife up and down naked. I never heard a word from you. Andrew Tate is another one. And we've seen pictures of you, your husband and Andrew Tate, which leaves us with a lot of questions. Andrew Tate being who he is. Your husband is a Christian, right? A Catholic. And you are now some Catholic. I can't believe a woman who used to be Protestant just a few years back, just because she switched to Catholicism in 2024. It's a year now, less than a year probably. And now she thinks that she has the moral compass to call some people not smart. Don't worry. She will keep taking a mile. Keep taking a mile. Before you open your eyes one day, she will be dumping on you. She didn't have the effrontery to go to her friend's memorial and she claims it's because her life is endangered. Candace, please, come on, please. When it comes to you and Charlie, who was much more deep into saying rough things about Israel, you or Charlie? Let's be real here. Who was much more deep there? Because look, Candace, I know that Israel is Bibi Netanyahu, not Israel actually. I know Bibi Netanyahu is a sketchy character. I don't like the man either, but it does not mean that everything is wrong in the world because of Israel. It does not mean that everything leads to Israel. And she has this thing, she jumps from one project to another, one project to another. Oh, now we are going to dig deep into the Harvey Weinstein thing. Oh, we are going to dig deep into this. Where is the Brigitte Macron situation? Do you know why she's left it quiet? She has a new grift. Now I understand why people used to call her a grifter. It makes a lot of sense. I used to say, but why would you call her that? I just think she's just somebody who is inquisitive. No, I see it now better. My eyes are a little bit clearer. Yeah. I say it. I'm not saying she's a totally bad person, no. Candace has good qualities about her. She's an eloquent speaker. She's a gorgeous woman who speaks well. She knows how to present things in a way that will make you see her point, even when there is no point there. Because even from the Brigitte Macron story, tell me one evidence this woman has given us to say, okay, Brigitte Macron is a man. One, I'm not asking for two. One concrete evidence. None yet. When it comes to the Charlie Kirk investigation she's doing, let her give us one concrete evidence she has pulled or shown to the public to say, okay, this thing I was saying Israel, or this thing I was saying Bill Ackman, or this thing I was talking about the Hamptons meeting, this is the evidence I was talking about. Oh, there is still a lot I have to talk about, and a lot will come out, but I'll have to vet everything. Vet, Madame the Vetter, Candace Owens, the vetter of all lies and truth. The only person who knows the truth is Candace Owens on earth. If you are not Candace Owens, you know nothing. According to Candace Owens, the only person who loved Charlie was her, Candace Owens. Even the wife did not love Charlie. The only person is her, and that's why it has to be her. Somebody has to do it. It has to be Candace. Please, her fans, her loved, loyal court, don't spend your time moving from one chat box to the other insulting people. Spend time praying for her. Spend time asking her genuine questions. Questions that I hope you are looking for the answers for too. Questions that will make her to think. Well, until next time, bye.